So my game Ghost Hunt has a big problem, mainly the fact that there aren't hardly any ghosts to hunt. My own wife played through the game from start to finish and didn't see a single ghost. That's kind of a problem in a game where the whole purpose is to find ghosts. For this year's Halloween update, we're going to be adding some more ghosts, and I'm super excited about that because this has been a problem for a long time. Before we get into doing that, we need to update the shop a little because it is spooky season, which means it's time to release, or not release, but put back on sale, the spooky season seasonal lights. Roblox servers run on potatoes. So our seasonal lights are the Halloween lantern, the deluxe Halloween lantern, and the jack-o'-lantern, which are all off sale right now because they were out of season, but that's about to change. I can't remember how much I used to sell these for though. For the jack-o'-lantern, it's not all that great. It's mainly a novelty item. It's not that bright of a light. It's just kind of a fun item to have, so I'm not gonna overprice it that much. I'll just say 10 Robux for that. These are better. These are actually good, decent lights, and they're novelty items. So for the normal one, I'm gonna say 20, and for the deluxe one, I'll say 30. So we've got 10, 20, 30, right all up along the line, whatever I'm trying to say. So there's that. Now they're on sale, but now we need to go in here, and I need to change the shop. And I always forget how to do that because I'm stupid. Surface GUI, equipment box, spooky lantern, deluxe spooky lantern, make all those visible, and move them all down, I guess. Alright, so this must be the billboard GUI. Icons, arrow, pumpkin, okay. Pumpkin is what we need. Luckily, I was smart enough to store these in a folder. But yeah, every time I make an update, I basically relearn how all my stuff works. It's so weird. Alright, so that's done. And now, finally, it's time to add more ghosts. So, this is where the actual Halloween update begins. We're gonna add more ghosts and maybe some more paranormal activity like poltergeist events as well. So grab a coffee, grab a tea, or cider, or soda, or whatever you like to drink during spooky season, and let's settle in for the official 2023 Halloween update. We're gonna add more ghosts that are similar to the one like to the two that are in the basement. I think I called them no I didn't. Basement ghosts? Basement tapping. Patrolling basement ghosts, okay. So these ghosts just patrol the basement constantly based on the different waypoints, because I finally learned how to make pathfinding AI, and it's not all that hard. But it's just hard enough where I'm not gonna code it from scratch. So I duplicated that model, I'm gonna move this up. For now I'm gonna take everything in here and make it all visible, because I need to see this stuff. I'm a very visual game developer. What I've observed while test playing this game is that the members of the TikTok generation who demand their instant gratification will leave like in the first 5 minutes if they don't see something happening. And I wish I were exaggerating when I say that, but I'm really not. People just aren't patient anymore. They don't have long attention spans. I don't want to send my new patrolling ghost into the void. Now someday, what I want to do, and I think this is actually possible, I think there is a way, like right now, if I wanted the ghost to walk through this door, I think I'd basically have to force the pathfinding system to, like, make him attempt that, at least. What I want to do someday is make the ghost walk through walls, but that's going to involve, like, coding I haven't tapped into yet. And I want this to be somewhat of a quick update. Alright, so these I want to set, like, all throughout the first main hallway. So basically these are waypoints for the pathfinding AI. So the pathfinding AI will select these randomly and determine, like, you know, which one the ghost should wander to. What should this guy have been? Maybe he was a guard. So like he was checking up on all the different like patients. So let's say he wanted to look at this for some reason. None of these doors have windows, so I don't know why he would just walk up to a door and stare at it. One of my biggest like problems with designing a game about an old abandoned insane asylum is I don't know how old non-abandoned insane asylums work, so I don't know like what the facilities should be like. I can do some research, but I don't know how. Like, what was the laundry like in old insane asylums? I don't know if they did their own laundry or if they like sent it out to some industrial laundry facility. You know what I should probably do is I should probably add a script that hides these automatically. with like a for loop, but I'm not gonna do that right now because I want to focus on adding more ghosts. For once in my life, I'm resisting the urge to like do unnecessary things with coding that just make things more efficient. And for once, I'm actually just like focusing on getting done what I planned to get done. I'm gonna disable the appearing script because I want to make sure this works real quick without him like disappearing on me. Aw, so spooky. Oh, he does trigger the door event. That's a bit of a problem. Maybe I shouldn't have him go over there. Another cool thing about these ghosts is that they are part of a collision group, which means they will collide with certain things but not others. That image is just so terrifying. So like he'll pass right through me, which is exactly what I want. And he'll pass through a whole bunch of other stuff, I think. I don't know, maybe he should walk around the bed. It looks like sometimes he walks around stuff and sometimes he doesn't. Okay, hang on, let me pull up my collision groups and have a look at that, because that's kind of important. So collision groups is ghosts, so that collides with the floor. Wait, hang on a second, I've got an idea. If the game knows, this is all just experimentation. If the game knows this guy won't collide with the walls, supposedly, could I have more, like, could I make him walk through walls? Can I take advantage of that, just with a collision group and not having to, like, force the pathfinding? The good news is the ghost is walking, so he didn't stumble and fall and break. Yeah, because he walks through the wheelchair when he shouldn't, so maybe I can have them walk. And he walks through that. That's a problem. I need to fix that. Because I kind of want him to act like a person would. Because even though, like, according to ghostly legends and lore, ghosts can walk through things, they don't usually. They still, like, often act. Like, when you hear ghost stories of people who allegedly have encountered ghosts, they've acted often somewhat like normal people. Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that by now he should have been walking to at least 3 of those paths. Yeah, so I don't think I can make him walk through walls just by doing that, so that's fine. I'll learn how to modify the pathfinding later so I can, like, force him to walk through walls, and I will add something to stop this from happening, like to stop him from wandering into that. But that's going to be a bit more complex, so I'm not going to do that right now. For now, I'm just going to move this somewhere else. We could take the pace and push it somewhere else. Normally, I could just make sure that the player's name isn't Ghost, like whatever player touched this. But the problem is, if an actual player named Ghost happens to play this game and touches this, it won't recognize them as a player. And then this door won't fly off the hinges, which actually needs to happen in order for players to progress the game. So on the slim chance that the one player whose username is Ghost happens to play this game, decides to play it, I'm gonna wait to fix that. But that's gonna be a prioritized update in the future. So, but in the meantime, this is our wandering hallway ghost done. So I think I can go ahead and just make this guy invisible and re-enable the appearing, but I wanted to make sure that I accommodated for the humanoid root part is a mesh part? Oh, is a part or is a mesh part. Okay, I'm not reading my own code right. Then if the name is humanoid root part, then is not human. I've forgotten Lua. Okay, so that's the wandering hallway ghost done. So I'm gonna rename that. I'm gonna basically do the same process but with other areas. So I don't know how much of that you'll see because it's kind of the same thing. On the slim chance that I'll actually talk about interesting things, you'll get to see them. But here's an interesting thing for you. Someday, and preferably someday soon, I kind of want to add an element of challenge to Ghost Hunt and a bit of survival, because it's basically just a walk-in simulator with, like, horror elements. What I want to do is add, like, an update to all the flashlights so that, like, all your light sources run on batteries, and if your battery gets too low, all of these patrolling ghosts will start to attack you for the sole purpose of harassing you, basically. But I'm not going to do that yet because that's a bit more complicated and I just want more ghosts people can see. I'll duplicate that, move this over here. I'll say patrolling, what should I call it? PT ghost. No, not that. What did I just do? Oh yeah, I was going to check on what collision groups are. I should probably do that before I start copying and pasting these, because otherwise I'll have to do them with everything. I think I'll just create a new collision group that's furniture. Add selected parts to this group. Okay, let me see if this causes him to actually dodge the furniture properly like he should. I don't know if it's working like it should. Oh yeah, I think it is. Okay.
Nope.
Never mind. Okay. That's so bad. Like, I'm so sorry, but that just looks weird. It doesn't look natural. Like, it looks like a bugging out NPC. But he walks around that light, which is so weird. So he walks around some things, but not others? Why? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, no, Roblox, don't look. Don't ban me. That wasn't supposed to happen. Oh, there he is. He walked around it that time, so why doesn't he walk around it then? It's so weird. Oh, that's creepy, because he looks like right into the camera. That's cool. I love that. You know what? I bet it's because he knows he can climb over it. So the obvious solution then is to have like an invisible wall that only collides with the ghosts, I guess. Let me see if I'm right. And then I'll get to work. Oh no, not that. Okay, collision. It doesn't feel like I've been recording for, well, it does. It does feel kind of like I've been recording for half an hour. I'll just add a group and call it ghost collision. So this will collide with nothing except for the ghosts. Okay, moment of truth. Yes! Oh, thank goodness. So it wasn't the coding that was, or it wasn't my coding that was the problem, it was Roblox's coding. But I'm still curious as to why he kept trying to walk into the wheelchair. My best guess is that he thought he could climb over it, but he actually can't. I'm gonna put it in the wheelchair. No, I'm gonna put it in the wheelchair. I'm gonna put it in the wheelchair. Okay, there we go. So now that's just part of the wheelchair model. Yes, now he's walking around the stuff. Okay, good. Ooh. Well, thank you very much for watching this episode. We have one more ghost in Ghost. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a bit more complicated than I originally thought, but I'm okay with that, because that's basically game development in a nutshell. Things are never as simple as you think they're gonna be. Like earlier I said there's not a lot of ghosts to hunt in Ghost Hunt, but that's actually not true. In reality, there's several ghosts that you can theoretically see, but they appear so rarely, and for such short a time, you really have to be in the correct place at the correct time to see them. So there's this one here, there's this one on the bed somewhere. There's one that there's one here that appears sometimes. Even I can't remember where all the ghosts are. So now, much like before, what we're gonna do is just gather up all the paths. So this is gonna be kind of interesting because we've got this big open space to play. Gosh dang it. So I can probably have more like spots for the ghosts to visit than just 4 or 5. There's just something inherently, like, tell me if I'm wrong or agree with me if you do. Like, let me know if you agree with me, but there's just something kind of unnatural about seeing like human-esque figures just standing in a random corner of, you know, a dark space or whatever. Like, there's just something inherently spooky about that image. Hang on, I need to respond to a YouTube comment. Otherwise, I'm gonna forget. Someone said my video is a banger video. I want to know which one it was. Oh, it's new Resident Evil. Geert234. Thank you for your comment, Geert234. I know it's not a live stream, but kind of feels like it when I'm responding to people on camera. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out me and Sunny's series on Resident Evil Village, you gotta do so. It's gonna be great. Or it is great, depending on when I upload this. There's no actual need, I don't think, to test every single ghost to make sure they work, but I just kind of want to make absolutely sure, because it only takes a minute. Okay, maybe there is a need to test every single one. Why is he not moving? I did absolutely nothing different with you. Patrolling PT Ghost. Let me move this, like, outside somewhere. And let me add this to the floors collision group. There we go. Run. Gosh, what the heck? Why is this being so weird? Oh, that's the problem. What the frick? I separated the humanoid root part from... Okay, that explains a lot. How exactly did that happen? That's so weird. I did not know that's how NPCs acted when their humanoid root parts got separated from their bodies. Okay, so now the humanoid root part should be... Okay, good. Please tell me this is the problem, or was the problem. Oh my gosh. I'm an hour in, and I have more ghosts to add. Yes! Okay. Oh, thank goodness. That is a very weird path to take to that, but I don't care. It's a ghost. He can be as weird as he wants to be. Okay, maybe not that weird, but... I need a soda or something. Oh, jeez. Okay. I can't see what I'm doing. Not right now. Collider. So I'm basically creating a hitbox for all of these, but it's a hitbox that only affects the ghosts. I can probably just have one big hitbox for these. they can share a hitbox. Ghost collision, I'll call it collider. Kaleidoscope. I think that's everything. So let me see how you're walking now. Oh, I'm so glad I solved that mystery of how he wasn't walking before. That was just so bizarre. Oh my gosh. So I can, to some extent, make him walk through walls. A bit. Okay, but that's a wall I don't want him walking through, so all these walls I'm going to put in the floors category. This is such a pain, but it's so important still. This is so cool though. Like, I'm really hyped for this, honestly. In spite of how much of a pain this update actually is, especially considering I wasn't actually expecting it to be this much of a pain. In spite of all that, I am actually very hyped for this. I want to see something real quick. Because he's doing a lot of like, you know, touching corners and stuff. So let me try this again. Let me try upping his radius to, oh, that's the hallway ghost. I don't want to do that. My gosh, my little brain can only handle so much. So let me up his radius to 5 and see if that makes him like round corners more accurately instead of like hugging them. All right, what you got? Show us what you got. I think that might have worked. Except now he's avoiding corners like the plague, it seems. So I might just change that to 4. I don't know, I mean, that looks pretty good. Never mind. Can you imagine seeing, that's like a Oblivion NPC or something. Can you imagine seeing someone walk like that in real life? Oh my gosh. So like in my headcanon, all these guys were guards, I guess. I should have more like patience. Like ghosts of patience that used to be here. So like they like just pace like really sporadically. Ooh, that's creepy. I should also update the game later where the ghosts make sounds while they're visible, at least. It's like some, oh my, that's not in. What the frick? Okay, I have to know if this is an integer value now, because I need 4.5. Not 4, not 5, 4.5. That's the exact radius that this guy needs to be. I'm pretty sure it's a decimal value, so you can have like, I don't know if it is. Oh my gosh, that's so weird. Why? Oh my gosh. Is he broken? Did he literally break himself just by walking into this wall? You have to be, this can't, okay, there he goes. He just needed a long time to think about what to do next. Oh my gosh. Okay, as goofy as 5 looks, I think that might be our best option. So basically, I don't think I've explained this even once. What we're doing is we're telling the computer to consider how wide the character actually is. I don't think it's gonna matter though, because really the player's not gonna see all these waypoints, so they're not gonna be thinking, you know, oh, that ghost took a weird path to get to that waypoint there. No, they're gonna be thinking, oh my gosh, it's a ghost. I think I gotta go with 5, honestly. As wonky as it looks, it's the most accurate. Like, yeah, it's weird to see someone like walk to this wheelchair, or walk next to this wheelchair, but walking here, then there, then there, and then there. But it's even weirder to see them like run themselves into a corner. So, you know. Now what I want to do is I want to change how long he sits in one place for a minute. What is wrong with you? I think it's just not accurately calculating where this is, I guess. Okay. Since he has a problem with these pillars for some reason, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make hitboxes for them as well. I just have to assume that all of my ghosts are like Jar Jar Binks, basically. But even worse, I mean, Jar Jar Binks never just ran right into a wall for no reason. Even he didn't do that. This is like Inspector Clouseau levels of clumsy here. Rename all of those to Collider. Add that to the ghost collisions and make them invisible. Oh, this is just such an amusing episode for all the wrong reasons. Okay. I think that does it. It looks like he's going out of his way to avoid those pillars. I haven't seen him run himself into a single corner yet. Oh, goodness. They just need a lot of help understanding the environment. That's all it is. Okay, but in other news, I think that's good enough for this guy. So I'm gonna stop pick it on this guy. Now at this point, you're probably wondering, how many more of these things is Cat gonna make? Well, I want to have one that patrols this entire area, including the restrooms. And I want to have one that patrols here, all the way around to here as well. I want to have one that kind of wanders in here and through these restrooms as well. I don't think I'll have one in the morgue because I don't even want to think about how that might disrupt the chase sequence. That will become an absolute mess. And I'll probably have one that just wanders around in here for some reason. Maybe that can be my patient, I guess. Like maybe he got out and just wandered back there for some reason. But that'll probably do it for the ground floor. For the upstairs floor, this is a great area for a ghost to patrol. I love that. I could have ghosts on the stairs, actually. Like, I don't think there's anything stopping me. It might be kind of derpy, and I might have to, like, add some wedge parts here to make him, like, handle the stairs properly. Which, of course, would be part of the ghost collision group. Why am I just going down the stairs as I'm playing this? I can walk through walls. I am the ghost. I'll have you know I've been granted permission by my fans and my friends to procrastinate the ending a bit more for the sake of adding more ghosts. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna duplicate the hallway ghost, the patrols, bring them outside here, and I'm going to basically make this a template for myself. I think this one can, like I said, pretty much just follow the layout of what the basement was like. Yeah, stuff like this. I don't know if insane asylums back in the day actually had big cafeteria areas like this, so I don't know if this is historically accurate. But I don't care, it's interesting. I'm not getting rid of the cafeteria, don't worry. And just for giggles, let's also have some path points way back here as well. I like the idea of ghosts just lurking in the shadows for some reason. Like I said, I want him to patrol the restrooms as well. Okay, I shudder to think of how rounding these corners is gonna work for this guy, but we're gonna find out. He's probably just gonna pass right through them because they're part of the default collision group. Oh my gosh, and so are all these. Oh no. And he's gonna be able to climb over all those. Okay, no, that's not happening. You guys have no clue how mentally exhausted I am right now. I've been doing this for like an hour and a half, and I've only added like 2.5 ghosts. Good. Yeah, he's not trying to climb over them, so that's good. Once I get those hitboxes all sorted out, I think this guy's actually gonna be one of the most realistically moving ghosts in the game. But yeah, so it's not terrible. That surprised me. This ghost is getting Employee of the Month at this rate. Good grief. Yeah, see, he routed those corners like a Roblox player would. All right, I'm gonna, these headphones get painful real fast. Oh yeah, there's a ghost that appears here at this table sometimes. Just all the things that you forget, like, this is why I'm doing this. Like, they're seeing ghosts are so rare that even I, as the game creator, have forgotten where they all are. Wow, that was cool. My idea for this guy is he's the guy who's making sure that all the, like, patients are behaving themselves while they're eating. Okay, you can probably hear the exhaustion in my voice, but I'm gonna keep going. But it should, again, still be easier because of the template that I made myself. My brain's gone for the day. My brain's done, but I am not. So brain, you're just gonna have to cooperate with me a little longer. Probably really bad for you psychologically, but I don't care. I got work to do. No one ever said being a game developer would be healthy. So these are basically just everywhere I want him to stop. It's not everywhere I want him to go. Because, like, I could have him go... I could, if I wanted to, have him wander this whole entire hall with, like, 3 points. One there, one down there, and one down there. Like, all of these points are just where I want him to be able to stop. So I think this guy's just gonna be checking on all the different, like, cells and all that. I don't know what they're checking on exactly, but that's for him to know, or her to know, and for us to not really find out. I think I've come to a decision here. I think what I'll do when I make these hitboxes is I'll actually add them to the same group that the Wandering Ghost has. Thank goodness there's less furniture and stuff in this hallway, okay. Almost there, Cat. Just a little longer. Just hang in there a little longer. That's a nice bed hitbox. I should have put these in a group and just started duplicating them from there. That would have been a smart thing to do. But I'm not smart, haha. So now all the colliders are part of the same group, nested under the Petroleum Made Ward ghost group. So this gives me an idea. Back here at my template guy, I'm gonna grab this, and I'm gonna make a new group, right? Part, anchor, I'll call it colliders. There we go. So now I have colliders as part of my wandering ghost template. So that should speed up the design of all this. Okay, now all that's left to do is to make sure that this guy's working correctly. Perfect. See, I'm learning. I'm capable of learning. I'm capable of getting the hang of things, except for speaking in my native language. So clearly what I need is, for all these events, is some mechanism that like checks to make sure it's an actual player. I think I know how I can do it actually. I don't think this will break the the humanoid. I'm gonna put a Boolean value in here just because I need some kind of child object of the humanoid. Let me make sure that doesn't break him though. Hang on. This is in the wrong ghost. Still, all things considered, it's going pretty well. What the frick? What's this? How long has this guy been here? So I'm gonna put that into this guy. Patrolling basement ghost, I'll put it in them as well. So now all the patrolling ghosts should have that Boolean value that says they're an NPC. All right, so if you haven't figured out what I'm doing, I'm basically adding a little thing in the NPC's humanoid that indicates they're an NPC. So when I have a touch-based event like this, I can have it check for that. This doesn't even make sure that it's a humanoid that touched it. That's really bad. So I guess we'll do some coding here after all. If part dot, hang on a second, human equals part dot parent, find first child, humanoid. If human is not nil, meaning if it was actually some kind of player or NPC that touched it, then do all this, right? But then I also want to say, and human find first child NPC is nil, then do this. So what I've done here is I've basically made it check for the existence of a humanoid, but then also to make sure that humanoid doesn't contain the NPC value. Only if both of those conditions are met will the event actually happen when the brick is touched. So let's give that a try. Let me test that out as a player. So in theory, when I touch it, the door should fly off. When a ghost touches it, it won't. Okay, so it works when I touch it, good. Because in theory, now this ghost will not trigger this event because its humanoid has that PC value that the script checks for. And that's the mechanism that I can have for all of my scripts. Or not all of my scripts, but you get my point. Ghost, I'm gonna make you visible for a minute. Bingo was his name-o. Okay, so patrolling a hallway ghost, I can now make you invisible, and you get to keep your path there. Okay, so now all my touch events over here, I should probably do the same thing for, which is here. So if the humanoid is there, and on top of that, there is no NPC value in the humanoid, then that means it's a player. Now there's one more touch event in this hallway as well, which is this. It's the door banging event. There we go. I should probably add that condition to this as well. There we go. So now the ghost won't trigger this moving either. All right, that's gonna do it for one video. I'll change the lighting back and then I'll publish the changes. So this is, I guess, phase 1, if you will, of the Halloween updates. So here we go. Publish to Roblox as Ghost Hunt. Thank you so much for watching this long and drawn out, most likely 2 episodes, because I've been recording for so long. If I manage to squeeze all this into 1 episode, that's amazing. But thank you for watching this and or these videos, and if you like them, don't forget to do everything that you do when you like a YouTube video. I'll see you next time, everyone. Goodbye.